Okay, so let's dive into the meaning of superposition when we are referring to the quantum field. So let's use the example of a particle, like an electron. Okay, an electron doesn't exist in just one state nor one location. It actually exists as a probability cloud of all possible states simultaneously. Okay, for example, an electron can spin both up and it can spin down simultaneously. A photon can travel multiple paths at the same time. So, any one thing, particle, person, whatever, existing within the quantum field, so a quantum system, collapses into one definite outcome, one version of infinite versions, only when an observation or interaction occurs, okay? So let's use the analogy of a pot of water doesn't boil when you're standing there staring at it, right? As soon as you take your focus off of it taking forever to boil, it's not boiling, it's sitting still, you distract yourself, you're no longer locking it into that one probability, it instantly starts boiling. It shifts into another state of being that it was already existing in. Okay. So if we were to compare reality, our reality, to the quantum term of superposition, then our life experiences exist like a quantum superposition as well. Okay, so for example, there are multiple potential versions of your day every single day. Multiple potential versions of your relationships as well as your future. And they're all coexisting as probabilities within the quantum field. Now your focus, your beliefs, and your actions observe one specific version, which causes it to collapse into one definite form, bringing it into your reality as an experience. Here's a practical example. You wake up in the morning feeling neutral. So with superposition, that would mean your day contains all possibilities that could ever exist as experiences: joy, frustration, love, creativity, you name it. Anything you can conjure up in your imagination. Now, whichever version of your day becomes quote unquote real depends on whatever you choose to tune into. It is you choosing what you are bringing in as your experience. You are the source. So focusing on gratitude, which is a high frequency observation, would enable you to collapse into the version of reality where you're experiencing harmonious events and vibrational matches to the frequency of gratitude, which would be a really freaking awesome day, okay? Likewise, if you dwell on fear, anger, resentment, envy, jealousy, you collapse into a timeline reflecting all of those things, and that's not that great of a day. But both exist. It's up to you on what kind of day you want to have. It's really that simple, but we tend to make it very complex and act as if it's a very complicated equation we cannot solve. Okay, so from this perspective, right, manifestation isn't creating something from nothing. Rather, you're simply selecting a potential that is existing within the quantum field through you tuning into that specific potential, honing into it, okay? Now, I used to help a lot of clients with mastering and disciplining their thoughts, because I went through this process where my mind would go a million miles per minute and I could not stop thinking these crazy thoughts that were making me anxious, fearful, etc. Until I learned through experience, moving through it and out of it, a perfect practical explanation to help others easily navigate their way through. Okay, so if you were to compare your thoughts to a television, right? You possess a remote control to your television. Likewise, you have a remote control for your thoughts, okay? And I would tell them, you know, on your television there are several different channels that are playing so many different shows. And if there is a very disturbing show that comes on the channel that you have on and you absolutely hate it and it is disturbing you, are you going to sit there and suffer through it? No, you're going to pick up that damn remote and you're going to change the channel to something that is enjoyable, something that makes you feel good, something that is pleasant to watch and experience, right? You can do the same thing with your thoughts by shifting your attention in a different direction. Okay, so now let's use this analogy with superposition, okay? If you were to picture your reality as a television or as Netflix, okay? All channels, or even a radio, all channels to that TV, all stations to that radio, all movies and shows on Netflix are already existing in this library, okay, simultaneously. With superposition, all these channels, stations, and movies are existing at once. It is when you observe, aka make a choice, take an action, hold a belief, that is when you hit play or turn the dial or flip the channel to one specific show, station, or movie, aka timeline. You are doing it. You are choosing these things. Okay? And if you can choose things that you don't enjoy, that are not pleasant for you, you can unchoose them by choosing something that you would rather experience, something that would bring you joy and pleasure. You have the power to do so. Don't let anything or anybody convince you otherwise, including your own mind. I'm going to save the next update for tomorrow because I know these are a little bit lengthy. But I had something come to me about 2 weeks ago. It was the letters QRC. I was like, QRC, and I instantly thought quantum remote control. I had no idea what the hell that was. So, of course, me being me, I write quantum remote control at the top of my page and I just start channeling information. Now I didn't know what that was. I channeled all this information and then I started researching whatever I could find on it. And I'm going to share what I channeled about quantum remote control because it relates to this and I think it might help some of you that are struggling. Anyways, I hope whoever needed this message received it and takes it to heart and begins applying this knowledge daily. If you start now and you make it your priority to put this into practice every single day for 30 days, you will set yourself ahead. Like 6 months ahead. Just in 30 days. Just in 2 weeks, you'll set yourself ahead in 3 to 6 months. It's worth it. It's worth it. I'm living proof.